Now, I know sometimes in sports that there is an athlete that, you know, we really rock with, somebody we down for, somebody that we cool with, but you can take things a little too far at times. And I think your boy Mike Florio over there at Pro Football Talk is going a little too far with Lamar Jackson. Now, I understand that you may have a man crush on him. He might be your favorite athlete. I mean, who knows? But for some reason, you cannot keep this man's name out of your mouth. You and your whole network, you just constantly speak Lamar, Lamar, Lamar. Like you say his name more than his mother does. Like, god damn. So let it go, bruh. Like, stop bringing people onto your show to talk about this man's contract. He is a grown man. Let him make his decisions and his choices. One way or another, it's going to work out and he's going to get his money. It may not come the way that you like it. It may not come as fast as you want it to. You may not have insight because he doesn't have an agent feeding you some BS. Get over it. But if you don't know, here's this dude saying some things. All right, all right, all right. It's your boy here, Ravens Online, bringing you another video on the Baltimore Ravens from my point of view. Just my perspective as I see it. Not saying that it's right or wrong, it's just the way that I view things. Now, if you like what I have to say and you want to help out, you can subscribe, like, comment, ring the notification bell. Anything is greatly appreciated. Now, you also can help out by signing up to the Patreon located below. Or you can hit that Cash app, give a donation. Anything helps grow this channel, and it is greatly appreciated no matter what is done. So, thank you. Do what you got to do, and let's get it started. As I stated earlier, Mike Florio was talking about Lamar Jackson and his contract situation. So I started reading up on some things, and the one thing that struck me was him speaking about Lamar and the exclusive and non exclusive franchise tag. Now, if you don't know what that is, what it is it's two tags that you can give a person. Each year it goes up, but dealing in year one with the exclusive franchise tag, we would give Lamar an average of the top five quarterbacks in the NFL, which would be about $45.4 million, which not that bad being that the quarterback market is escalating. Now, if we decided to give him the non-exclusive right franchise tag, what will happen is it's a set price and you can negotiate with the team, but with this one you can also negotiate with other teams. So what happens is if we sign him to the non-exclusive tender, what happens, let's say the Miami Dolphins, they can offer up two first round picks and take Lamar away. So that $11.5 million can make or break what's happening to the Baltimore Ravens in the future. I don't know if 11.5 million is enough for me to let my quarterback go, but it's a business. And you know how the Ravens love first round picks. They love draft picks in general, but first round picks. So you telling me essentially in 2023 and 2024 we'll have an extra first round pick? You know, that kind of gives me pause a little bit because I don't know if we value those picks more than we value Lamar. Like, I'm not for certain if this team or the higher ups actually believe in Lamar like the fans do. They're not giving out good feelers, so to speak, that they have confidence that he's the quarterback going forward because we are still running the same offense. We are still running a run first offense and not utilizing his passing talents. Does he have stuff to improve on? Everybody does. Like, all the players in the NFL can improve. But does he have that far to go that you still think we need to run this option style offense? I don't think so. So it might be very enticing for this team to sign him to that non-exclusive rights. And if they do, I can't lie, it's going to scare me a little bit. It will, because you don't know what can happen. This is a business. This is a business, and no matter how much loyalty a fan or a player has to a team, that team might not reciprocate that. It might not be reciprocated. And people have to realize, even though Lamar has brought us back to relevancy, we are getting primetime games because of him. The team is going to do what's viable as far as the profit margin goes. If it's in the best interest for them to get these picks and move on and go in a different direction, that's what they're going to do. Unfortunately. But we as fans realize Lamar is the reason. I keep telling y'all, 8 is enough. They just have to believe in him and not let him get away. I don't know what to make of all of this offseason nonsense, but I can say at least he hasn't deleted his social media when it comes to Ravens content or paraphernalia, like most of these other guys are doing. That is the one thing that keeps me confident that he might want to be here. But as far as the numbers go and the logistics of it all, we just don't know. We just don't know. So once they bring about which franchise tag they're going to use, that is kind of going to give us a clear indication of where we're going forward. Now, just because they may give him the exclusive right the first year, 2024, it could be non-exclusive. So who's to say? And Mike, agent or not, it has no bearing on this. They know, the Ravens know what they want to do. Lamar knows his worth. So let's see if we can get a deal done and keep it pushing. That's all I'm asking for. Just get it done. Get something done. Let's play this out, and hopefully we have another Joe Flacco moment where Lamar bets on himself, goes out and wins the Super Bowl, and then you're going to have to pay him what he's worth. What are you going to do then? What are you going to do then? How much would you say is enough for Super Bowl MVP Lamar Jackson? Because 120 was enough for Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco. And Lamar means a little bit more to this franchise than Joe did. And I'm a Joe fan, don't get me wrong, but Lamar is head and shoulders above Joe Flacco. He is the first offensive MVP in Baltimore Ravens history. I never thought I'd see it, but he did it. So what is his value going to be to the team if he bets on himself and he succeeds? Or how much are the Ravens willing to invest? How much are the Ravens willing to invest in him? That is the big question. Do they believe in him or not? I mean, they speak publicly about they feel like he's the one going forward. They want to do this and they want to do that. But they say a lot of things that aren't true. And I'm just afraid that we are going to make the mistake of letting him go over some draft picks. Let me know what you think. We have the discussion of Eric DeCosta and where he ranks among GMs in the NFL. Now, because there are some new GMs around, they couldn't do all 32 of them. So they did 22. And Eric DeCosta came in at 15. So they felt like there are only 7 GMs that he is better than. And I'm going to have to say, I probably agree with him. It may be more. I'm really not for certain. I was reading today about how he's just been an Ozzy clone and you can't tell the difference. I mean, yeah, you can. There are slight differences, and I give him credit. As far as wide receiver goes, he takes those swings. Like, he'll step up and he'll swing for the fences. Has he hit? Nah, he's got a couple doubles. I give him that, but he struck out a lot. Ended a few innings, but as far as other general managers go, I'm not that impressed. And I know that there are EDC loyalists out there that just feels like that, our general manager is the best and he's done this and he's won executive of the year. But I need you to think about this. He won executive of the year with Ozzy's team. He won executive of the year in 2019 with Ozzy's draft picks. And if we go back and look at the 2019 draft, yes, he brought in Hollywood. I give him that. But not much more came of it. And not much more came after that. So he pretty much won with another man's team. And I haven't seen him do much since then. He's drafted a lot of guards, and he's missed. He's brought in Patrick Queen. We're looking for his replacement. People keep saying Owe and Bateman. We don't really know yet. Like, we don't really know. But most of the people that he's brought in, we are looking for their replacements. And how is that going? So, yeah, he's not as high as people would proclaim that he is. And if you don't believe me, bring up all his drafts. And you tell me who's a viable player. Like, who's a player that's like, oh yeah, he really makes a difference. Like, you have Hollywood. I mean, you have Hollywood. I really can't think of anybody else because the jury's still out. I mean, Owe was okay. Bateman, he did his thing, but I can't speak on if they're going to be these superstars that everybody thinks that they are. And I think this draft coming up is going to make or break him as a GM, because what he does is going to set the foundation for what we have going forward. You know, and for the love of me, I'm sure it's going to be Jordan Davis. I just have this feeling, and we'll see how that works out for him. But once again, you know, you let me know. Let me know what you feel about him. Let me know how you felt Eric DeCosta has done as a general manager in bringing about and formulating this team. He traded for Calais. He traded for Marcus Peters. Other than that, what has he done? I really can't think of it. Somebody please let me know. And also today, I was on Twitter, which seems to be my thing nowadays, and I keep seeing this post, this PFF post, saying that the Baltimore Ravens are the number 6 ranked offense in the NFL last year. And people keep saying, oh, well, I don't know why you have a problem with Greg Roman. We were the number 6 offense in the NFL. It's fool's gold. Yes, we were the number 6 offense in the NFL with 378.8 yards a game. Okay. But where were we as a team, scoring wise? As a team, I think we were ranked 17th with 22.8 yards points a game. 20 point. I give him 23 points a game. So 6th in yards, 17th in scoring. It doesn't add up to me. It doesn't sound like anything great to me. It just sounds like we were behind in games and we started racking up yards. We had to throw the ball because we were down. How is that a great offense? How is that a great reflection on Greg Roman? That we can get all these yards, but we can't score. And I'm waiting for people to say, hey, we had injuries. Now, those injuries aren't a factor in us getting the yards, but of course the injuries are going to be a factor when it comes to us scoring. Like, you can't keep having it both ways. You can't reward one and then neg another for the same thing. Like, you can't say, hey, we had injuries, but John Harbaugh did a hell of a coaching job and won so many games. And then say, hey, we didn't accomplish certain things because we had injuries. Like, it doesn't work that way. So let me know how this offense is supposed to be in good hands with Roman. He's been running the same offense for 15 years. 15 years. The same offense. Like, you've seen it. They brought up plays with other teams that look exactly the same. How? I know, and I know we keep beating this dead horse. And my thing is, should we fire Greg Roman? No. I don't think we should fire Greg Roman at all. Because it's not going to make a hell of a difference. Because what's going to happen is, we fire Greg Roman, John Harbaugh is going to go to a family reunion and pick another guy that he knows. And they're going to run the same thing. They're going to do the same shit. We're going to get up to the line late. We're going to have the play come in late. We're going to have a procedural penalty. It's going to be the same thing because it's been that same way for 10 years. I keep telling people, different faces, same game. You can bring in whomever you want. John brings in a new offensive coordinator, unless it's an outside hire forced by EDC or Bashadi, we're going to run the same offense. And it's going to be the same type of guy. Like, I know it's got to be some offensive coordinator out there under 50, under 45 that has some schemes that we can get. But no. So why fire Greg Roman? Just to bring in somebody else, learn new language, it's the same thing. So, yeah, don't let this fool's gold persuade you into thinking we are something that we are not. And getting healthy is going to make that much of a difference. It's not. Lamar is still going to be our leading rusher and our leading passer. That should not be. Like, you're going to run this man into the ground and then discard him. It happened with Michael Vick. It happened with Cam Newton. Like, they didn't give Cam anything, ran him into the ground, and then was like, oh, you're not good enough, and let him go. But never did they provide him what he needed. Never. Well, I think Carolina at least tried to get offensive coordinators to maximize his skill. We have not. And I don't think that we are. So this year, I can't wait for the season. I can't wait for the season to start. Just to see what's going on. I can't speak about the defense because we don't really know what Mike McDonald's running. But offensively, I want to see something. I want to see a change. I want to see if we go in a different direction. And I know my man Chris is going to be like, Greg Roman led us to so-and-so. Did he really? Did he lead us anywhere? Or did he go out there and say, Lamar, make plays? And we saw what happened with this offense when Lamar was not out there. There really were no plays to be made. My man Davon had me listening to this Giants fan. And for some reason, somebody paid him to kind of make a YouTube diss track for the Baltimore Ravens. And he brought up some good points. He brought up some points about the defense being injured and giving up 20, 19, 22 points to teams and still losing. But somehow, Wink was the scapegoat. So, he pretty much was like, Harbaugh, it's on you. Like, you let your coordinator do what the hell he wants to do. You made certain decisions. So, maybe it's not a Roman problem. It's a Harbaugh problem. But that's a discussion for another time. All right, y'all. Till next time.